I welcome everyone wholeheartedly to this wonderful beginning of 7 days National Integration Camp. एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत. How true is this theme of this camp? In spite of all the variety in the cultures, languages, food, lifestyle, traditions, we stand strong and firm as Indians. We are a great civilization because we believe in the strength of unity and at the same time we relish the colors of diversity. It gives me immense pleasure to state before you that we are hosting this wonderful camp at our university. Thank you, dear students. Now, as a custom of our university programs, I request the students of Performing Arts from the Department of Performing Arts to perform the Mahila Geet.
Thank you.
oath of preamble of our Constitution to all of us.
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Thank you.
Government of India, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of Karnataka, Department of Youth Empowerment and Sports, Regional Directorate of NSS, Bangalore, and Karnataka State Akka Women's University, Vijaypura, under the umbrella of National Service Scheme, NSS had jointly organized 7 days National Integration Camp at our campus. The term national integration binds people together in a common bond. Despite the inherent diversity, the feeling of oneness among citizens of any nation is important for its overall stability and growth. National integration continues to be a curricular issue in India. There are diverse factors inherent to the geography and culture of the country, which pose a serious threat to the country unity and integrity. Therefore, the NSS volunteers to come up with new ideas and contribution toward changing the midst of the mindset of the society. The young people to work for national reconstruction and social changes while stating that the country needs inclusive development. Students need to think and come up with ideas in comfort the economic and social challenges to the country. Great Saint Basveshwara, who advocate revolutionary changes in the 12th century, is the model of today's youth. Thus, the message we give to the world is unity, the diversity and tolerance attitude of Indians. The youths are in their imaginary world and they are not realizing their own potentials, but by practicing in the NIC they may realize its importance to the society. आज हम लोग हमारे इस कैंपस में नेशनल इंटीग्रेशन कैंप फॉर वुमेन और उसका मूल ध्येय है, इसके माध्यम से हम लोग एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत की संकल्पना को लेकर चल रही है। यानी एक भारत तब बनता है हम सारे लोग एक हो जाते हैं। सारे लोग जब एकत्रित होकर एक नेशन की, एक भारतीयता की बात करते हैं तो हमारे बीच में जितने भी कलश होते हैं, कलमश होते हैं, सारे के सारे दूर हो जाते हैं। हम बार बार ये बात करते हैं कि भारत
और यही विश्व स्तर पर हमारे लिए एक शक्ति बनकर आज खड़ा हुआ है। भारतीय संस्कृति सभ्यता को हम ऐसे एनएसएस या एनसीसी माध्यम से हम पूरे भारतवर्ष को एक जोड़ने का कार्य करते हैं। आज हम लोग यहाँ पर नेशनल इंटीग्रेशन कैंप के माध्यम से हम भारतीयता को बनाए रखने का संकल्पना लेकर चले हैं। आज हमारे साथ तेलंगाना, आंध्र और तमिलनाडु से वहां के एनएसएस अधिकारी तथा उसके साथ वहां के कल्चर को लेकर आए हुए बच्चे हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं। इसका मतलब हम एक हैं और हमारे सारे सिद्धांत, हमारे सारे जितने भी जो स्वतंत्रता सेनानियां भारतीय परिप्रेक्ष्य को बदलने के लिए जितने महान संतों ने जो योगदान दिया है, सारे लोगों का यहाँ पर एकजुट होकर हमारे बीच ये अपने बच्चे उस भारतीयता को बचाने का पूरा प्रयास करेंगे। ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಎನ್ಎಸ್ಎಸ್ ಕೋಶದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಭಾರತ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಭಾವೈಕ್ಯತಾ ಶಿಬಿರವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ। ಈ ಶಿಬಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ। ನಾನು ಅವರನ್ನು ಈ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ। ಇದು ನನಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಷಯ। ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುವುದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಸಂಗತಿ। सबसे पहले मैं इस समारोह के उद्घाटक और उद्घाटन भाषण देने के लिए पधारे हमारे बीजापुर जिला के जिलाधीश डिस्ट्रिक्ट कमिश्नर पी सुनील कुमार जी का मैं अपने विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से और आप सभी की ओर से मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मैं अपने माननीय कुलपति महोदया को उनको सत्कारित करने का के लिए आह्वानित करता हूं। इस उद्घाटन सत्र के मुख्य अतिथि संपन्नमूल विद्वान व्यक्ति हमारे सम्मुख उपस्थित हैं डॉक्टर सदाशिव मर्जी। मैं उनसे बात किया तो उन्होंने सहर्ष आने के लिए स्वीकार किया और उतना ही नहीं, उन्होंने कहा कि मैं कर्नाटक विश्वविद्यालय में लगभग 7 साल तक मैं एनएसएस कोऑर्डिनेटर था। तब हम लोगों को लगा कि एक ऐसा व्यक्ति हमारे बीच है कि वो एनएसएस वॉलंटियर्स को एक दिशा दे सकता है। मैं आप सभी की ओर से उनका हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मैं कुलपति महोदय मैडम को निवेदन करता हूं कि वे उनका स्वागत करें। इस समारोह का कुशल आयोजन हेतु हमारे विश्वविद्यालय के कुलपति महोदय बीके तुलसी माला मैडम जी ने हमें निर्देश किया, पथ प्रदर्शित किया। इतना ही नहीं, हमारे इस आयोजन को सफल बनाने में हमारे साथ दिन रात जुड़े रहे। मैं उनको अपने विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से तथा आप सभी की ओर से मैडम का भी हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मैं जेनिफर मैडम को सम्मानित करने के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं। उद्घाटन समारोह में और दो लोग उपस्थित होना था। एक हमारे डायरेक्टर एनएसएस रीजनल सेंटर बेंगलोर हाजरी नीरव सिंह मिया तथा अपने रजिस्ट्रार इवैल्यूएशन के प्रोफेसर के रमेश सर, टंडन सर और विजयपुरी शेट्टी मैडम, उनके अनुपस्थिति में मैं उनका भी हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। इस समारोह में तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश तथा तमिलनाडु से प्रोग्राम ऑफिसर तथा वहां के बच्चे उपस्थित हैं। उनको भी मैं अपने विश्वविद्यालय की तरफ से और आप सभी की तरफ से मैं उनका भी हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। अपने विश्वविद्यालय के अध्यापक बंधु यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, उनका भी मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। कर्नाटक अपने यूनिवर्सिटी से जुड़े हुए कर्नाटक के अनेक कॉलेजों से अध्यापक और प्रोग्राम ऑफिसर्स तथा बच्चे उपस्थित हैं, उनका भी मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मेरे साथ हमारे एनएसएस सेल के और एनएसएस के प्रोग्राम कोऑर्डिनेटर अक्षय यार्डे, जेनिफर मैडम तथा कलावती कांबळे जी हमारे साथ उपस्थित है। उन्होंने दिन रात मेहनत करके इसको यहाँ तक पहुँचाया है। मैं उनका भी आप सभी की तरफ से हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। जर्नलिज्म के बच्चे तथा सुधाकर आए हैं, मैं उनका भी हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। इस आयोजन को प्रारंभ करने के लिए हमारे म्यूजिक डिपार्टमेंट के बच्चे तथा कोऑर्डिनेटर तथा एनएसएस वॉलंटियर्स, उन्होंने एनएसएस का जो ध्येय गीत है उसको प्रस्तुत किया। मैं उनका भी स्वागत करता हूँ। यहाँ पर उपस्थित तथा इस समारोह को इतना सफल बनाने में जिन भी लोगों ने डायरेक्ट तथा इनडायरेक्ट उन्होंने मदद की है, मैं उनको धन्यवाद देते उनका स्वागत करते हुए मैं अपने इस स्वागत भाषण को समाप्त करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Namdev sir, for giving a welcome address that was very apt to the theme of national integration. It was a mix of Kannada, Hindi as well as English. शुभम करोति कल्याणम आरोग्यम धनसंपदा शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते. Lamp in our culture is the symbol of knowledge. It is the symbol of inner light of wisdom.
Any one of the volunteers from Telangana, Andhra and Tamil Nadu? At least 3 of you come. It's your this thing, privilege. Telangana, Andhra and Tamil Nadu, come.
Thank you for the privilege, sir.
Thank you very much. It is time to know the greatness of the personalities that we have amongst us today. So, I now request Dr. Pradeep LD, NSS Program Officer, College of Agriculture, Raichur, to introduce the inaugurator of today's function, Shri Sunil Kumar P, Deputy Commissioner of Vijaypur.
It's my pleasure and honor to introduce and welcome you, sir. I, Dr. Pradeep, the head of the Division of Animal Science and Fisheries, and representing the University of Agricultural Sciences, Raichur, which stands the number 3 ICS institute in our state and number 21 in the all over India. So it's my honor and my pleasure to be able to offer a greeting and introducing from on behalf of our university and on behalf of all NSS. Our inaugural sir, the full name is Shri Pombal Sunil Kumar. Sir has cleared his IAS in the year 2011, and he is a native of Andhra Pradesh, especially from the district of Kadapa, and after possessing the electrical engineering, sir has served as a software engineer for nearly 7 years. But for having a passion to serve the society and for a zeal inside, he left the job and he struggled hard. Then he secured IAS in the year 2011. First, sir has reported in the district of Hassan for as a training, and after that, sir has served in hospital as an assistant commissioner, then as a chief executive officer in the Jilla Panchayat of Adgir district. After that, sir has served as a commissioner for Kalburgi Mahanagara Palike for some times. Then again, the feathers are not less for his crown. He served as a secretary for RERA. There he bring a lot of changes, especially for the real estate. Then sir has experience in serving as a CEO in the Department of Labor and Welfare Board. Before joining as the District Commissioner in Koppal, sir has served as a Joint Director in Urban Development Board. Then after joining in Koppal, sir is the #1 District Administrator from the last 11 months. No Corona positive cases were introduced because of his well administration and dedicated service. All youths and citizens of Koppal, they have kept his DP. So because of that reason, the young and dynamic, our Honorable District Commissioner is famous. All were kept his DP, and I request our all audience to give him a big round of applause for his local cause. I thank you, the NSS unit, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to deliver. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So it is now time to listen to one of the most young and dynamic leaders we have amongst us today. So may I now request Shri P. Sunil Kumar, sir, Deputy Commissioner Vijaypur, to proceed with his inaugural address. Sir, please.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Good
Good morning, all of you. I just, it should not be one way. I try to connect with you. We'll ask some questions also. I have gone through your invitation card. In the objectives, it says the third point. I think it says that national pride through the knowledge of India. So just we have taken the oath. Where did the word national integration, what are the camp you are undergoing? In which section we have seen that? Can any one of you tell? In the entire oath, where did you find the national integration or linked word? Anybody? You have read Indian Constitution, right? Indian polity to some extent. You have read which word of or which section of this Constitution, the preamble of the Constitution, speaks about the national integration. Okay, next question. Which article? Okay, which article speaks about national integration? What are the fundamental duties? Which article speaks about fundamental duties? The fundamental duties actually mainly speaks about our responsibility towards national integration. Okay, so in the preamble, I request all of you to go through. When you say that you have to take national pride in the nation by learning about the country, first you should know about the Constitution. The goals and aspirations of this great country are laid down in the preamble itself. If you thoroughly heard or read the preamble, you will understand. You have to read between the lines. First thing, we are dedicating the Constitution to ourselves, and we have made our country into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. Can any one of you tell about the meaning of sovereignty? What is sovereignty? Anybody? You will know definitely. What is sovereignty? Again you have to read. Okay, you have homework today. You have to read the preamble and understand first. What is sovereignty? What is socialist? Socialist means you don't compare with some other countries, okay, where there are people take violent means. It is not so. Our socialism means you have to, do anything in non-violent means. That's what Gandhiji taught us. Sovereignty is, there are two dimensions to it, external and internal. External means no other country has influence on our foreign policy or our internal matters. Internal sovereignty means, like, territorial integrity ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So, most of you follow little Kannada. I'll add Kannada in between. Territorial integrity means the geographical area. You know why we keep fighting with Pakistan and China. That is territorial integrity. What is integrity to us as a human being, as an Indian? What is integrity? One is being honest to the country, to yourself. Right? We should be, correct? Second one is having that sense of unity among ourselves, despite the diversity. So this speaks about, the sovereignty is actually talking about territorial integrity. Correct? That's again the national integration. You have to add this one point. Okay? This socialist, secular, these are other attributes. Okay, democratic and republic. Anybody can you say what is the meaning of republic? What is republic? Really? ಅದು ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಾಟಿಕ್. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್.
ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ರಾಜರ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಕೊನೆ ಆಗಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ
Very good. So it says that the head of the state is elected by the people, directly or indirectly. No monarchy, no kingship. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Is Britain today, is it a republic? No. It has ruled the entire world. Still it is under monarchy. So it is not called as republic. India is a republic. Correct? So these words you need to understand. You know what is secular. Okay, government should not, there are different meanings. Treat all the religions equally. To the extent possible not to interfere with the religious matters. That is what is secular. Democratic, by the people, of the people, for the people. This is the meaning of the goals of the Indian Constitution, which are laid in the preamble itself. When you come down to this justice, in the justice, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾವು ಓದ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Social, economic and political. Social, economic and political. You are all the women. Somebody sang very good song. ನಾವು ಯಾರಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಅಂತ. So in justice ನಲ್ಲಿ you have social, political and economic. Correct? Political empowerment, if you look at it, the justice from political point of view, if you see, you have reservations for women. Correct? You have in the Gram Panchayat elections or MLA elections, wherever you see, you have reservations. Correct? Giving you opportunity. But on the ground, the reality is different. Somebody else will be running the show from behind the curtain. Or sometimes they come forward also. Through you, I want to send a message to all such elected people. Wherever some of them. You have to motivate those elected women members to take decisions individually. They can take better decisions than their spouses, husbands, or brothers, and father. Okay, women know how to run the family. They know how to run the country also. Correct? So this way you have to understand. Economic justice from economic point of view. You understand, you are there everywhere. You are in the jobs, you are in the business. Those opportunities are given to women. And then social, if you see, justice from social point of view, the feudalistic society like us, women were not given many rights from long ago. There are some great people who fought for the rights of the women, and then ultimately, the women also got all the rights that they needed. All are equal. Then the equality. If you see the equality thing in preamble, it talks about equality of status and opportunity to all. In that also, if you see the fundamental rights part, the equality, again they take some deviation. There are certain sections who have been suffering for the years, hundreds of years. They should be given certain, it's called affirmative action. They should be given some opportunities. They cannot be compared with the upper strata. So that is what is equality. Equality, you may say that all are equal, then why this reservation? Then all are equal, why this woman reservation? All are equal, then why this backward classes, SC, ST? These are the deviations, and these were needed when we have obtained the independence. In the national building, these were very essential. In the other way, we talk about liberty of thought. Liberty of thought, faith, and worship. Belief and worship. This you all know that we have too many religions. We follow. That should be at the individual level. We should not bring it to the public. Okay, everybody should have freedom. Then the last thing, very important thing, the fraternity. This is what I expected you to say. In the fraternity, it talks about the dignity of the individual and and integrity. This is where you are there today for next 1 week. It talks about the brotherhood among us, despite the diversity in our culture and other things. Okay. Next, your agenda points are cultural diversity, number 1 point. Number 2, the history of this diversified culture in our country. Number 3 is national pride through knowing about India. Number 4 is what? Integration through social work, social service, or community service. So these are the things I wanted to speak in a very focused manner. So when you talk about social service, you must be doing many things during disasters. We'll come to know about your service as a public officials. I have seen in Koppal and other places, whenever there is a disaster, flood, pandemic like COVID-19, there is a great support from NSS and other NGOs and all those. I extend my gratitude to all of you. Keep doing the service. And I think I have read that there are some 40 lakhs now, 40 lakhs NSS volunteers in the country today. It may be more now, and that number should increase, and everybody should come for serving the nation. Then, lastly, I would like to say, we should not say one thing and do another thing. That's called hypocrisy. We say that we are all equal. Then, when certain thing does not happen in the reality, you have to fight for it. If you can't do something, you express an inability to do something good. Though you know that something bad is going on, something wrong is going on, don't accept that at least in your heart. Don't accept it. You say that it is wrong. I could not do something. I could not do anything. That's okay. You are not able to do. It's okay. But don't accept that. Don't justify such things. This is like this. Don't accept like that. And ನಮ್ಮ ಸೊಸೈಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಇವರು ಮೇಲ್ ಡಾಮಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಹೀಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. It will be like this only, you have to follow this. It is not like that. Don't accept that at least. If the situation does not allow you to fight back, at least don't accept that. Okay. So with regard to awareness among women and the rural areas, again request you to go and say to all those working women and elected members from the women community, you have to tell them, train them if need be, and you have knowledge about it. Tell them about, if you don't understand what is constitution, what are the goals and aspects of constitution, you can't explain to others. You first learn what it is and then try to explain them, go to them, motivate them. They have to learn about the things, then they can be part of this national integration exercise. Otherwise, it's all again, will take another 60 years to do more for the country. Okay? So I wanted to talk more, but then this is it. So thanks to the university for giving me this opportunity, and I'm very glad that I have interacted with you. Good luck to all of you. If anybody, anytime preparing for competitive exams, then very serious about the exam. I see the seriousness of you if you contact us for any guidance. Certainly we are there. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you very much. You tried to tell us the meanings of the words which we were seeing every day in the preamble of the Constitution, but we never tried to understand their meanings in a deeper way. So thank you so much for explaining those deeper meanings of the terms about our own nation to all of us. And thank you for motivating us. I now request Dr. Mallikarjun Koleppa, NSS Program Officer, Sri Janani Women's College, Surpur, to introduce our another dignitary, the chief guest of today's function, Dr. Sadashiv Marji sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಮಿರ್ಜಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಮಿರ್ಜಿ ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಜಂಟಿ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು, ಆಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ನಾಗರಿಕ ಸೇವಾ ಇಲಾಖೆ, ಧಾರವಾಡ. ಇವರು 1983ರಲ್ಲಿ BA ಪದವಿಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಶ್ರೇಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ತೇರ್ಗಡೆಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ 1985ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನಾತಕೋತ್ತರ ಪದವಿಯನ್ನ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ 3ನೇ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇವರು ತೇರ್ಗಡೆಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ 1986ರಿಂದ 89ರವರೆಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಧಾರವಾಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರಾಗಿ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತರು 1989ರಿಂದ 99ರವರೆಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಧಾರವಾಡದ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಪ್ರವಾಚಕರಾಗಿ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ 1989ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಆಡಳಿತ ಸೇವೆ, ಆಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ನಾಗರಿಕ ಸೇವಾ ಇಲಾಖೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೂ 1992ರಿಂದ 99ರವರೆಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಧಾರವಾಡದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸಂಯೋಜನಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ 1992ರಿಂದ 1999ರವರೆಗೆ ವಯಸ್ಕರ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಸಹಾಯಕ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾಗಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ 1995ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನೀಡುವ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸಂಯೋಜನಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಶ್ರೀಯುತರು ಭಾಜನರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷದ ಒಂದು ಸಂಗತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ 1999ರಿಂದ 2020ರವರೆಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ನಾಗರಿಕ ಸೇವಾ ಇಲಾಖೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಜಂಟಿ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾಗಿ ಹಾವೇರಿ, ಬಾಗಲಕೋಟೆ, ಕೊಪ್ಪಳ, ಕಾರವಾರ, ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ, ಧಾರವಾಡಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವರ ಒಂದು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರವು 2010ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ ಸೇವಾ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ನೀಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವಿಸಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹನೀಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿರುವುದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷದಾಯಕವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ವಿಷಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಇಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ವಂದಿಸ್ತಾ ಆ ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
After listening to Sir's introduction, we are all excited to listen to his words. So I now implore Dr. Sadashiv Mirji sir to proceed with his speech. Sir, please.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯುವಜನ ಸೇವಾ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರೀಡಾ ಇಲಾಖೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯುವ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರೀಡಾ ಇಲಾಖೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಅಕ್ಕ ಮಹಾದೇವಿ ಮಹಿಳಾ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಸಂಯುಕ್ತ ಆಶ್ರಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಭಾವೈಕ್ಯತಾ ಶಿಬಿರದ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯನ್ನು ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಆಡಳಿತಗಾರರು, ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಯುವ ಐಕನ್ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಪಿ ಸುಶೀಲ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ರವರೇ, ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿರುವ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ BK ತುಳಸಿಮಾಲಾ ಅವರೇ, ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಸಂಯೋಜನಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ನಾಮದೇವ್ ಗೌಡ ಅವರೇ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರೇ, ನನ್ನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ, ಸಹಪಾಠಿ, BLT ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಾರ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಎಂಕಚ್ ಅವರೇ, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು 7 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಂಡಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂತರ ಇಂಡಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಚಾರ್ಯರಾಗಿದ್ದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ದೇಶಪಾಂಡೆ ಅವರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮಿತ್ರರು, for the benefit of students from other states, let me dedicate, in fact I must be very thankful to our Sunil Kumar sir for having dig at the preamble of the Constitution. The very preamble of the Constitution envisages the unity among the people. It demands that people should be together for the benefit of the country to maintain sovereignty. Sovereignty of a nation will be much more important for the people who reside in a geographical area. Vice versa, in turn, the sovereignty of the people of the country is much more important for the sovereignty of the nation. People who reside in a geographical area must have togetherness, the feeling of togetherness, must have understanding of reciprocal relations for the development of the nation, for the sustenance of the democracy, for the integrity of the country. My dear student friends, it really gives me an immense pleasure to present before you the task of the road of youth in national integration. My association with NSS is for nearly 2 decades. When I joined as NSS volunteer way back in 1980, I worked till 1999, till I laid down my office as program coordinator of Karnataka University. During this period, particularly in 7 years of my tenure as a program coordinator, I had organized nearly 45 university level leadership camps, and I represented Karnataka as a contingent leader in the Army Parade conducted in Delhi. At that point of time, we won general championship. Karnataka contingent won general championship consecutively for 3 years in National Army Parade. And Karnataka University won Best University Award way back in 1995. At that time, I was NSS program coordinator of Karnataka University. It really gives me an immense pleasure to work with the younger generation, to work with the people who have open-mindedness. At a point of time, the former president of the country, a teacher, in full respect, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says that working with the young people will help me to develop larger vision. My vision has been changed tremendously because I work with younger generation who are open-minded, who are not corrupted by caste, who are not corrupted by religion, who are not corrupted by any other disintegrating forces in the society. Unity in the diversity is the essence of the cultural heritage of India. India has always fostered unity, despite several attempts by the detractors, despite several attempts by the disintegrationists to divide the country on caste, divide the country on religion, divide the country on languages, divide the country on water disputes, divide the country on a regional basis. But India has fostered the integrity to such an extent that people living in a geographical area, and naturally we have a geographical unity as well, right from Kanyakumari to Tamil Nadu, we have several cultures, we have several languages, we have several religions to trade, we have several ethnic groups, ethnicity we have a larger thing. The foundation of Indian culture is basically pluralism, Bahutva. India has always been for the plurality which has been seen in day-to-day life of the people in terms of languages. India is a multilingual, India is a multi-religious, India is a multiracial, India is a multicultural, India at last is a ethnicity country, where we find people talking, people speaking different languages, more than 3,000 dialects we have in the country. And we have adopted a policy of including languages spoken by the people in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. We have too many. At every 250 kilometers you find a dialect which is very typical of its kind to that particular area. Particularly in Kannada, we have either Kannada, we have Chamarajanagar Kannada, we have Mandya Kannada, we have Dharwad Kannada, we have Bijapur Kannada. Kannada as a language spoken by the people is so differentiated from one area to the other area. That kind of a plurality we see, bahutva we see in the language spoken by the people in the country. Not only that, we have too many religions. All the religions of the world we have in India. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Islam and Christianity. Except these two foreign religions, we have almost given birth to so many religions in the country, and we have always fostered Paradharma Sahishnite. Paradharma Sahishnite is the essence of Indian culture, where people live together, where people try to treat the religion in such a manner that they respect each other for political reasons. Let me make it very clear, for political reasons we might have been influenced by different religious groups of detracting us, of disintegrating us, of creating sort of diversion among us. All such efforts have been disillusioned by the common man who live together, who share the feelings of national integration together. National integration is a feeling of oneness and mutual existence of a section of people who live in a country. It's a feeling of oneness. It's a feeling of coexistence. Despite the differences of caste, despite the differences of gender, despite the differences of races, despite the differences of religions, despite any other social category where people are at a different stages. Unity among people embedded in the socio-cultural heritage of the country. India has always fostered unity among the people. Except a few incidents here and there to make people to divide on caste, on religion, on races, on ethnicity, on other social inequalities. But India has always fostered unity to such an extent that people live together so happily by exchanging their language, by exchanging their feelings, by exchanging their attitude, by exchanging their behavioral patterns with other people. National integration implies languages mutually share and exchange ideas, ideologies, life situations. Language is such a powerful medium through which we share our feelings, through which we share our ideas, through which we share our ideologies for the mutual living. You know, as how Greek had its impact in the West, influenced English language and other languages, other European languages. Like Sanskrit also plays a very important role as a mother of all other Indian languages. And Sanskrit not only influences other vernacular languages, in turn it takes a lot of ideas, a lot of ideologies from vernacular languages and enriches knowledge. This is a vice versa. This influence, mutual impact, reciprocal impact of Sanskrit and other languages is so beautifully carved out in a country like India, and language has always been a medium of exchange of ideas, ideologies, life situations, and so on. We normally share Hindi works will be translated into Kannada, Marathi works will be translated into Kannada, Kannada works will be into Marathi. Like that, whatever major languages are spoken in the country, we have a cultural exchange that binds people together, that makes people one. Number two, religious tolerance. As I have already told you, that Paradharma Sahishnute is the essence of Indian culture. We have tolerance for other religions. That is how we have given maximum scope for the spread of Islam and Christianity in the country, with all 5 native religions of the country like Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, and so on. The country with the existence of all the religions of the world foster mutual religious tolerance, and that is the essence of Indian culture. Bharatiya Samskritiya Mula Dhatu, Bharatiya Samskritiya Mukyavagirtakanta Vahaka Dhatu Adu Paradharma Sahishnute. Religious tolerance is the basis of integrated life in a country like ours, where people are divided on different areas. Then third is cultural heritage. Cultural heritage has always helped to boost mutual respect for cultural ethos, and India is a rich fabric interwoven by the cultural heritage. It is a beautiful cloth interwoven by different elements of society. ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು piece of work fabric. It's a fabric interwoven by religion, caste, communities, races, languages, and so on and so forth. Cultural heritage is supposed to be one of the fundamental features of Indian culture, which foster unity in architecture, sculptures, literature, theatre, music, art, have enriched the life of the people. Indian architecture is influenced by so many other foreign elements. Indian art is influenced by so many foreign cultures, and those things have been infused into Indian cultural ethos. The great epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, have had their impact on every walk of life across the country. I would like to remind you, there are 3,000 versions of Ramayana that we study. Mahabharata we study. There are 3,000 versions of Ramayana, and Ramayana which has been told through Buddha-katha. Buddha-katha is a small popular medium. Through Buddha-katha, they give a total picture of Ramayana. That is how we have 3,000 versions of Ramayana, and the great epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata have had their impact on every walk of life across the country. They influence the people across the caste, religion, region, languages, races, and ethnic groups. Ramayana, Mahabharata are really the essence of Indian culture, which binds people together, which bring people together, which make people feel that they belong to oneness is being fostered through the great epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata. And then finally, and the fourth one is geographical unity. If you look at the map of the country, if you look at the map of India, with Afghanistan, with Pakistan, with Bangla, you see the cultural unity of a country. You just see its rivers, its mountains, its landscapes, its beautiful landscape, beautiful rivers, beautiful mountains bind the people together, and we have geographical unity, and that makes us to feel that we are proud citizens of India with a geographical entity, with a geographical sovereignty. Lastly, India as a secular country, this notion of secularism always reflected in the coexistence of religious groups, and they always boost the mutual respect and reciprocity of religious tolerance right from early days. Right from early days, we have this religious tolerance all over the country. Further, national integrity implied that everyone is equal regardless of their interest, socio-cultural background, religions, castes, races, ethnic groups, class and sex. The Constitution of India, as rightly pointed out by our Honorable Deputy Deputy Commissioner Sir, that the Constitution of India in its preamble ensured freedom, fraternity, equality and justice, social, economic and political to all its citizens and always uphold individual dignity. The very essence of Indian Constitution is to uphold individual dignity. Probably no other document in the world, world which upholds individual dignity to such an extent that is being done by the Constitution of India. The very essence of the Constitution of India is individual dignity. Paramount foundation of the Constitution, foundation of parliamentary democracy, foundation of Indian Constitution is individual dignity, despite caste, race, gender and all. We have so many differences, but still all individuals of this country have been given individual dignity. The Constitution of India recognizes individual as the basis of the governance by Government of India and by Government of states. As you all know, while drafting the Constitution, the makers of the Constitution were deliberated so much on the basic unit of the governance. Many people, many Gandhians who were in the drafting committee, who were in the Constituent Assembly, where in 1948 argued that village should be considered as the basic unit of governance. They argued, they pleaded that if village develops, the nation develops. But Ambedkar, after listening very carefully for 7 days, the one subject which has deliberated for 7 days was the basic unit of the governance for the country. Ambedkar, after listening to so many groups, Gandhians, everybody, every person who is taking part in the discussions, who is taking part in the deliberations of the Constituent Assembly, Ambedkar replies, the Indian village is a den of casteism, communalism. It gives way for tyranny, political tyranny. He says, if a village is taken as a basic unit of the governance for the purpose of the Government of India and subsidiaries, the people who are in a majority in a village will indulge in political tyranny of minority classes in the villages, particularly women, scheduled caste, other backward classes, and the micro communities. There are so many micro communities with few families in a village. So Ambedkar pleaded that village should not be considered as a basic unit of governance for the purpose of administration. He pleaded that individual should be the basic unit of governance, so that if individual develops, community will develop. If community develops, villages will develop. If villages develop, the country will develop. Country will prosper. It depends. So Ambedkar said, one man, one value, one vote. That is the foundation of Indian parliamentary democracy. And Ambedkar, as a parliamentarian who believed in a democracy, he wanted to bring radical changes in Indian society through parliamentary democracy. And the Constitution is one of the documents which envisages individual dignity. Individual dignity is the paramount foundation of the Constitution, which recognizes individual for the purpose of development of a country. Integrating individual is integrating community. Integrating community is integrating villages. Integrating villages is ultimately leads to the integration of the country where we reside. National integration is a helpful way to protect the fundamental rights and freedom of people and to satisfy their right to judicial protection. National integration is a helpful way to protect our rights, safeguard our rights, constitutional. Promoting national integration means the country gives its people an opportunity to live together in peace and prosperity. National integration provides an opportunity to the people to live peacefully with prosperity by mutual understanding, reciprocal relations, and reciprocal exchanges. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of the country, while addressing the issue of national integration and its need for the heterogeneous nation at the National Integration Conference conducted way back in 1961, clarified that the foundation of our national life is common citizenship. India's foundation of national life is citizenship, common citizenship. We have common citizens all over the country. He says the foundation of our national life is common citizenship, freedom of religion, unity in diversity, secularism, equality, justice, social, economic, political, and fraternity among all communities. It is common citizenship that will help the people to tread their religion and I cut short my speech. I come to the role of NSS in few nutshells. NSS, as a third dimension of higher education, play a very vital role, play a very important role in bridging the gap among the student communities. I make an appeal on this occasion. The knowledge that has been taught in the classrooms and research that has been conducted in laboratories should have pragmatic way to deal with the life situations. NSS provides an opportunity, my dear friends, to realize the relevance of knowledge that you gain in the classroom as well as research conducted in the laboratories. And India is a healthy society with the largest youth population in the world. India is a healthy society. Demographers call India as a healthy society where there are large number of youths compared to dependent population like aged and the children. So the greatest role that a volunteer can play as integrationist, as a person who integrate society, as a person who bring people together through constitutive, through creative works. I have seen quite a few NSS volunteers work very effectively during the national calamities. During national calamities, I have seen the worst of floods in 2006, where we have displaced nearly 3,500 families in Bagalkot. At that point of time, I was deputy director of Bagalkot. We did not sleep for almost 15-20 days to provide them best shelter, provide them food, provide them other things. The model which we have developed in Bagalkot, at that time, KSAWUV was the deputy commissioner, Padmanayan was the SP. We have had a package, food package with groceries to the affected families that was adopted as the model from the state, and now food kits are being supplied to a majority of areas where the floods and other things happen. In fact, I make an appeal to all of you, to follow certain things that makes you distinct from other students. NSS volunteers should be distinct from other students, other normal students, by the way of following certain areas where you can concentrate. Number one, don't waste food. Wasting food is a crime against humanity. There are millions of people who don't have food to eat. There are millions of people who die because of food shortage. So I make an appeal that you must not waste food. Even it happens so. So I have invited so much from NSS that whenever I finish my food, my plate will be empty, full empty, without even a grain on it. And I wash on myself. Even in family, that habit has made me to take my plate to wash machine and clean it and keep it. That is what I have learned from NSS. And I make an appeal to you all not to waste food. Wasting food is a crime against humanity, against millions of people who don't have even a square meal for sustenance. Don't waste water. Number 3, plant more trees. At least every birthday, one plant as a remembrance of the day. If If you come to Karnataka University, we have planted more than, no number for us, and we have planted several thousand plantations. When I was student, I have planted trees in Karnataka University. Now we can see very huge trees around the campus. Here also we did. Now we don't have much time. I don't want to waste your time. Number 4, don't waste cake and other food items by applying the cream of it to the face of your birthday boy or birthday girl. I make an appeal to you. Don't waste your cake. Please take that cake, whatever is left over, and go to a slum and share it with the people. People will be so happy. The children so happy to receive a piece of cake. And you can see smile, you can see light in their eyes, you can see the happiness, utmost happiness on the day of your birthday. And make a know, even now, every year, I normally plant 10 to 15 trees in a compound area of a school or a community or anything during the first week of June. That is how we have done for this thing. And you also plant on your birthday, you plant one tree in your school or premises or wherever protected area you plant it. And after a couple of years, you can take your children and show that I have planted on such and such birthday. This is the plant which I have planted for the future generation. Then 5th one, whenever possible, be the first to serve the community in national calamities. Don't wait for any dictations. Don't wait for any offers. Don't wait for any. You volunteer yourself to take up the work of reclamation, the work of renovation, the work of helping people during the national calamities, national disaster as volunteers. Then 6th one is be courteous towards needy and poor people. Badavara ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇರೋರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನಿಕರ ಇರಬೇಕು. You should have that karuna. Buddha says karuna. You should have that empathy. You should have that sympathy for the people who deserve it, for the people who are poor. Then 7th one is extend help to the weaker sections of the society that deserve most. And 8th one is be sympathetic to the cause of differently able persons. Number 9, respect the feelings, opinions, practices of others, and don't impose your ideas, ideologies, and isms forcibly on other fellow citizens, particularly the women. And lastly, at last, promote national integration and unity among the people for a better India. Better India is in the hands of the people like you. Mahatma Gandhiji, at last, I put it in a way, Mahatma Gandhiji called youth as the salt of the nation. Mahatma Gandhiji called youth as the salt of the nation. You know how salt plays a very important role in physics, in preparing physics. It will not have any impact. So the youth are the salt of the nation. At last, I recall the contributions of Muslim ruler of this area, Ibrahim Adil Shah. You know, Hindustani, we call Hindustani music. It's a fusion of Indian and Islam cultures. Hindustani music is a fusion of Islam and Hindustani music. You know, we use khayal, bada khayal, chota khayal in Hindustani. So those khayal have been popularized by none other than Sultan Hussain Seriki. Sultan Hussain Seriki contributed khayal to Indian music, Hindustani music. Ibrahim Adil Shahi constructed Navaraspura near Torvi. You have to see other students from other areas need to go to Navaraspur and see how people have been attracted by all over the country. Gawais of Hindustani music used to come to Bijapur to perform, to show their talent in Hindustani music. And Ibrahim Adil Shahi wrote Navaras a Kitabe, a book, a beautiful book on Hindustani music. He ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಧ್ರುಪದ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ನೊಳಗೆ. ಈ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಧ್ರುಪದ್. Indian culture is not a homogeneous culture. Indian culture is a heterogeneous culture contributed by several elements, and you can also add to the Indian culture by making this country more lovable, livable and amicable. The task of living in a country like India with the feeling of oneness, with the feeling of an integrated life, which goes all the way in making our life in the country as livable, lovable, amicable. Finally, I recall one vachana of Basavanna, which stands for inclusiveness of the people of different categories. ಇವನಾರವನೆಂದೆನಿಸದಿರಯ್ಯ, ಇವನಾರವನೆಂದೆನಿಸದಿರಯ್ಯ, ಇವನಮ್ಮವನೆಂದೆನಿಸಯ್ಯ, ಇವನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ಮಗನೆಂದೆನಿಸಯ್ಯ. This is the oneness that a social reformer who belongs to this great district, the Twin district of Karnataka, and he led a social movement which was inclusive, which was aimed at bringing people together and make a society more healthy, more moderate, more happy, more amicable, more lovable, and also more livable. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. I literally had goosebumps on my skin as you were telling about our great leaders whom we have forgotten in the wave of globalization. You have played the role of Rama when Rama tells Lakshmana, who is attracted by the beauty of Sri Lanka. Rama tells him one shloka, Api Swarnamayi Lanka, Name Lakshmana Rochate, Janani Janma Bhumischa, Swargadapi Kariyasi. So, thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us and showing us the true Indian values that we must inculcate and the way we should respect our nation. Thank you once again. It is now time for the presidential address. So may I now request Professor B.K. Tulsimala, Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, to proceed with the presidential address. Madam, please.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳೇ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಮರ್ಜಿಯವರೇ, NSS ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ ಆದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ನಾಮದೇವ ಗೌಡ ಅವರೇ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳೇ, ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರೇ, ಇದು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇಂಟಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಸಭೆಯ ಅನುಮತಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. It is a very well known fact that today is World Water Day. On March 22nd, we celebrate World Water Day, and this year theme is valuing water. All of us, we know the value of water. So therefore, this year theme, it says that we have to preserve, protect, maintain sustainable water ecosystem to ensure sustainable development. So on this day, we have to make a pledge to sustain, to preserve and maintain sustainable ecosystem, water ecosystem. At the very outset, I would like to congratulate Professor Nadev Gowda for organizing this National Integration Camp. As observed by both the speakers, this National Integration Camp, it provides a wonderful opportunity to promote peace and integrity through cooperation, collaboration and also mutual understanding. For 7 days, you will be here, you will be exchanging your ideas, you will be exchanging your cultural ethos, and you will be understanding the strength of diversity in order to ensure sustainability. As observed by Dr. Sadashiva Marji, India, it has huge demographic potential. We call it as demographic dynamics. So providing this youth with sufficient talent, capabilities and opportunities. That is the need of the hour. Just education in the classroom or just formal degree is not sufficient enough in order to prepare them to meet on the challenges. It is under these circumstances, so camps like this, that is National Integration Camp, they provide fantastic platform in order to rediscover capabilities and also rejuvenate our strength for nation building and also for national integration. And when we look at this kind of camps, one can also articulate a number of benefits at individual level, at institutional level, and even at community level. As an individual, they promote social values, human values, and they also provide wonderful opportunities to learn new skills like leadership, caring, sharing, time management, empathy, sympathy, and this kind of things. Because nowadays, all these values, they are becoming fast. So therefore, this kind of camps, they provide opportunity to rediscover ourselves and to rejuvenate social and also human values which are absolutely necessary. And as an institution, so as a university, we can say that this kind of opportunities, they strengthen our institutional capacity, institutional collaboration. So we are collaborating with many institutions, many organizations. So it obviously increases our responsibilities and also accountability. And at the same time, institutions, they can sensitize their social concern and also community commitment. Therefore, even as an institution, we can articulate a good number of benefits from this kind of integration camp. And from community point of view, as observed by Dr. Savananda Marji and also our Honorable Deputy Commissioner, it's a very well-known fact that now community development, it is high on priority or it has become the buzzword. Particularly after this pandemic, we are focusing on rejuvenating community development or strengthening or stimulating the impulses of community development. Under these circumstances, so using voluntary service or using a number of civil society organizations or involving as an institution, that is the need of the hour. Even asset management, it may be common property resource like water, forest, ecosystem or whatever it may be, even school management or conducting an health awareness program. So this kind of community involvement, it is also need of the hour. It not only promotes our social values and also community commitment, at the same time, it can ignite the young minds to involve themselves in this community development. So therefore, dear participants, our sincere request is that make the best use of this opportunity. So derive individual benefits, institutional benefits, and also you carry some organizational benefits. At the same time, we will also take pride in organizing this kind of activity, and we are looking for the best outcome from this kind of national integration camp. So on this occasion, I would like to wish you all the very best and wish you the best stay in our campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. The students and the staff members of journalism department have been very active in all the functions, and they have prepared a news report of today's function, which is there on the stage. So I request the team of journalism students as well as their teacher, Professor Omkar Kakade sir, and the other staff members to come on the stage for the release of this newspaper edition, Mahila Dhwani, of today's function. how we can utilize our knowledge and practical skills for our development. Congratulations to the team of journalism. It is said that gratitude is the best attitude. Gratitude is the culmination point of all good works. A function cannot be completed, it cannot be concluded without the apt words of gratitude. So I request Ms. Jennifer Saugam, NSS Officer, Program Officer, Karnataka State Akka Women's University, to offer vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. It gives me an immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks on the occasion of National Integration Camp for Women 2020-2021, which is organized by Government of India, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of Karnataka, Department of Youth Empowerment and Sports, Regional Directorate of NSS Bangalore, and National Service Scheme Cell of Karnataka State Akka Women's University, Vijaypura. On behalf of NSSL of Karnataka State Akka Women's University, Vijaypura, I would like to thank firstly the inaugurator, Shri P. Sunil Kumar, IAS Officer, Deputy Commissioner, Vijaypura District, Vijaypura, for his valuable time and encouraging words. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Sadashiv Murji, Joint Director, Retired Joint Director of Food Civil Supply and Consumer Affairs, Harvard, for being our today's chief guest. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor B.K. Tulsimala, for presidential remarks and being president of this event. Thank you. In absentia, I would like to thank the Registrar of our University, Professor R. Sunandarma, Registrar Evaluation, Professor Ramesh K., Finance Officer, Professor Vijaya B. Korishetty, and all the senior professors and faculty of our university. Thank you one and all. I'd like to thank all the NSS program officers and volunteers from different states as well as our state, that is Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, for being part of this National Integration Camp. Thank you one and all. So as we have started our inauguration by procession, so I would like to thank the team of the students of the Department of Physical Education and Sports Science for the band, women's band, and I'd like to thank Professor D.M. Jyoti, Director of Sports, and Dr. Rajkumar Malipatil, Chairperson of the department, and all the faculty members for organizing a good procession from ADM building to Kannada Bhavan. Thank you, sir. So I'd like to thank the students of Performing Arts and their team for performing or singing for us the Mahile Geete. Thank you. And I would like to thank the NSS volunteers of our university for the NSS song. I'd like to thank the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication team, especially the students, research scholars, and the chairperson, Professor Omkar Gowda Kapde, for media recording and the instant news which we got, Mahila Dhwani. So thank you one and all. I'd like to thank Sunil for photography and ICT coordinator Dr. Rohini Busnurmat and team for their technical support, engineering section for mic and sound system arrangements, and Department of Kannada for providing us Kannada Bhavan for organizing 7 days National Integration Camp in this hall. So thank you. And I'd like to thank the team of NSS of our university, Program Coordinator Professor Namdev Gowda, Program Officers Dr. Kalavati Kamble and Mr. Akshay Ardi, and the Clerk of NSS Deshpande sir and Attendant Inanda for the great support. So thank you one and all for being with us, and I request and I expect that this help will be there for the whole 7 days. Thank you.
मानी हारती तुम्हें माँ पुकारती तुम्हें, मानी हारती तुम्हें माँ पुकारती तुम्हें, सबके गीत गाते जाओ हंस के मुस्कुराते जाओ, सबके गीत गाते जाओ हंस के मुस्कुराते जाओ। इस महान देश